Ever pondered the mysteries lurking in your beloved snack foods? Our journey begins with a snack we all know and love: potato chips. Crispy, salty, and oh so addictive, potato chips are a staple in snack pantries worldwide. But have you ever stopped to think about what's really in that bag? Potato chips start their journey as, well, potatoes of course, but they are not just any potatoes. They're usually the starchy kind, which makes them perfect for frying. Speaking of frying, that's the next step in the chip-making process. The potatoes are sliced thin, fried until they're golden brown, and then dusted with salt or other flavors. But here's a surprising fact. Did you know that potato chips were invented by accident? A chef in the late 19th century was trying to annoy a customer who kept sending his potatoes back because they were too thick. So, he sliced them as thin as possible, fried them to a crisp, and voila, potato chips were born. So the next time you reach for a bag of chips, remember what you're really crunching on. Now, let's unwrap the truth about candy bars. You might think of candy bars as a simple concoction of chocolate, caramel, and maybe some nuts. But the reality, it's far more complex. Most candy bars contain a cocktail of ingredients, some of which are rather surprising. For instance, lecithin. It's a common ingredient you'll find on the back of your candy bar wrapper. But did you know it's an emulsifier that keeps the cocoa and cocoa butter in a bar from separating? Even more surprising is an ingredient called PGPR, a mouthful to say as polyglycerol polyricinoleate. It's a less expensive replacement for cocoa butter. Then, there's the infamous high-fructose corn syrup, a cheaper alternative to sugar. It's often used to sweeten candy bars, but it's been linked to health issues like obesity and diabetes. Candy bars might be a sweet treat, but their ingredient list may leave a bitter aftertaste. Ever wondered why your breakfast cereal is so sweet? Let's unravel the truth behind those colorful boxes promising a nutritious start to your day. Many of these cereals are loaded with sugars, often in forms you wouldn't expect, like high-fructose corn syrup or honey. The sugar content can be staggering. It's not uncommon to find cereals containing up to 3 teaspoons of sugar per serving. That's nearly half of the recommended daily intake for children. And let's not forget about those other ingredients. Artificial flavorings, preservatives, and colorings are just a few of the extras you might find in your morning bowl. While these cereals may be tempting with their bright packaging and promises of vitamins and minerals, it's essential to look beyond the marketing. Read the labels, understand what you're feeding your body. Remember, a balanced breakfast is key to a healthy lifestyle. A sweet start to your day may not be as innocent as it seems. Instant noodles, a quick meal, but at what cost? It's a question worth considering, especially when you examine what goes into these quick, convenient meals. First up, the noodles themselves. They're often deep-fried to remove moisture, which allows them to cook quickly when you add boiling water. But this process also adds a significant amount of unhealthy fats. Then there's the flavor packets. They're a cocktail of salt, artificial flavors, and preservatives. The high sodium content can lead to an increase in blood pressure, while the artificial ingredients are far from what nature intended for our bodies. And let's not forget about the MSG, or monosodium glutamate. It's a flavor enhancer that's often associated with adverse reactions such as headaches and flushing. It's clear that instant noodles are more than just a simple, quick meal. They're a product of modern convenience, but one that comes with a hidden cost. Instant noodles might be a quick fix, but they're packed with more than just convenience. Popcorn is a movie night staple, but what are you really munching on? At first glance, microwave popcorn seems innocent enough. After all, it's just corn kernels popping under heat, right? Not quite. Most microwave popcorn brands pack their products with a host of additives and artificial flavors, creating a concoction far from the simple, healthy snack you might imagine. For instance, diacetyl, a chemical used to mimic the taste of butter, has been linked to severe lung disease when inhaled in large quantities. Then there's TBHQ, or tert-butyl hydroquinone, a preservative that keeps the popcorn from becoming rancid. Consumed in large amounts, it can cause negative effects on the human body, including nausea, delirium, and collapse. And let's not forget the high sodium content. A small serving of microwave popcorn can contain up to half of your recommended daily sodium intake. Next movie night, you might want to think twice before hitting the popcorn button. Frozen pizzas are a quick dinner solution, but what's really under that cheese? Let's slice into the reality. The base of these convenience foods is the crust, typically a simple combination of flour, water, and yeast. But peek into the ingredient list and you'll often find a host of additives, like dough conditioners and preservatives, to enhance texture and extend shelf life. Now, let's peel back the cheese. It's often not purely mozzarella, but a blend of cheeses and sometimes synthetic ingredients. And those savory toppings? They're often pre-cooked and then frozen, losing some of their nutritional value in the process. The tomato sauce, a seemingly simple component, can harbor hidden sugars and a high sodium content. All these elements combined, and you've got a dish that's high in calories, saturated fat, and sodium. Frozen pizzas might be convenient, but they're serving up more than just a quick meal. Fast food burgers are a guilty pleasure, but what's really between those buns? Let's break it down. The patty, often a blend of different cuts of beef, is typically high in saturated fats. It's flavored with a variety of seasonings and preservatives, some of which can have questionable health impacts. The bun, usually made from refined wheat flour, lacks the fiber and nutrients of whole grain alternatives. Then there's the cheese, often processed with additives and emulsifiers to achieve that perfect melt. The toppings, while they can include fresh veggies, often lean towards the pickles and sauces, which are high in sodium and sugars. And let's not forget the side of fries, deep fried in oil and heavily salted. Altogether, these ingredients can lead to slow digestion, not to mention a host of other health concerns if consumed frequently. Fast food burgers might be delicious, but they're packed with more than just flavor. Chicken nuggets, a kid's favorite, but what's really in those golden bites? Well, let's dive right into it. Chicken nuggets are often made from a mixture of chicken meat, skin, and sometimes even connective tissues. They are then blended with various seasonings and preservatives before being coated in a crispy batter and deep fried to a golden brown. But the story doesn't end there. Some chicken nuggets are made from mechanically separated chicken, a process where the leftover bones and scraps of meat are forced through a sieve to create a paste. Not exactly appetizing, right? And let's not forget about the additives. Sodium phosphates to retain moisture, dextrose to add sweetness, and autolyzed yeast extract for that savory umami flavor. It's quite a cocktail of ingredients, isn't it? So the next time you're about to bite into a nugget, remember this. Chicken nuggets may be a tasty treat, but they're more than just chicken. Hot dogs are a barbecue staple, but what's really inside that casing? Let's take a closer look at this quintessential American food. Hot dogs, also known as frankfurters or wieners, are typically made from a mixture of pork, beef, and chicken. The meat is finely ground, mixed with spices, and then packed into a casing. The hot dogs are then cooked and often smoked for flavor. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? Well, that's where things start to get a little more complex. You see, hot dogs also contain a variety of additives. These can include water, sugar, salt, corn syrup, and preservatives like sodium nitrite. These ingredients help to enhance flavor, extend shelf life, and give hot dogs their characteristic pink color. Despite their humble appearance, hot dogs are a product of sophisticated food technology. They are a testament to our ability to transform simple ingredients into something entirely different. Hot dogs might be a simple meal, but their ingredient list is anything but. Soft drinks quench your thirst, but what are you really gulping down? Now let's pop the lid off this fizzy facade. Soft drinks from cola to root beer are loaded with sugar. A single can could contain up to 10 teaspoons of sugar, equivalent to around 40 grams. It's a sweet treat that can quickly turn sour on your health. But sugar isn't the only ingredient hiding in your soda pop. There's also phosphoric acid, a substance used to add tanginess. It's harmless in small amounts, but too much can interfere with your body's ability to absorb calcium. And let's not forget the caramel coloring. This artificial additive gives your cola its signature color, but it's also linked to health concerns like high blood pressure. And then there's caffeine, a stimulant that can lead to dependency and disrupt sleep patterns. So the next time you reach for a soft drink, remember this. Soft drinks might be refreshing, but they're bubbling with more than just fizz. So, what's the takeaway from our deep dive into your favorite snacks? Well, we've peeled back the layers of potato chips, revealing the tantalizing crunch that hides a high sodium and fat content. We've unwrapped the truth about candy bars, a sweet treat that packs a punch in terms of sugar and calories. We've poured out the bitter reality of sugary cereals, a seemingly innocent breakfast option that's often loaded with hidden sugars. We've boiled down the facts about instant noodles, a quick meal that's unfortunately high in sodium and lacks essential nutrients. We've popped the top on microwave popcorn, a seemingly light snack that can be laden with unhealthy fats and artificial flavors. We've sliced through the myths surrounding frozen pizzas, fast food burgers, and chicken nuggets, all of which often contain excess salt, fats, and preservatives. We've also chewed over the truth about hot dogs and fizzed out the facade of soft drinks, both of which carry their own unique health concerns. The next time you're snacking, remember, knowledge is power. Choose wisely.